Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how you can draw a roof diagram from a scanned image. So I have already placed an image on my floor plan. Okay, so let me get this thing out of the way. So there's the image. Now I'm just going to draw to it. I always try to work on the hardest areas that I'm going to have problems. That way if I have to redo something, I don't have to redo the whole thing. So the little areas that I see that are going to be the hardest are right in this area. Okay, so I got this room here that has a kind of like a weird angle. Okay, uh, so right in here, what I'm going to do is I am going to use my vertex. I'm going to grab this corner, slap it over to this side right there. Then I'm going to create another, this one I'm going to move over right there and just move this as right there. So you can see that's where that other one is. Okay. Another potential little problem that it's not a problem, but it, uh, it, I want to make sure that this is done right. So I'm going to create this little room here so I can snap to that, and then I'm able to grab this room here, snap to it. The way everything lines up together. I'm just going to move this out of the way for right now. So now I need to create this thing here. If I click here, right click, and go to my vertex mode, I can move this down. Then I'm going to move this right here. That's going to give me another point there. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, so here, if you see squares, those are not edible. You can only stretch them, so you have to go back to the vertex. I'm gonna click here. It's gonna create another one there. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and move this one here so they'll give me some points on this left hand side. Now I'm gonna snap to this line here. I'm gonna snap right here to this right here and move this over right there. Okay, so looks like I have to do a little bit of work here. Okay, now there you go. Now so that's that one that I thought that might cause me some problem. It's still causing me a little. Oh, there you go. Okay. Now from here, the next thing I want to do, because when I create this hall, I want to make sure that wall goes through there. And the easiest way to do that is I'm going to create another room. Click here. I'm going to snap to that left corner and make this room. Okay. Now the easiest way to create that that hall would be, you see this freeform? I'm going to hold my shift key, click here, click here. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, hit that again. This time I'm going to click here and here. Okay, so it's not creating what I want. Let me delete this. Okay, so what I need to do here. Okay, so I guess the easiest way to do this would be to go ahead and create a build out, just a temporary one. Snap to that right there. Hopefully it'll make that into one now. So if I click here, bam, that's what I wanted. Now I'm going to delete that because I just use that for a temporary wall. Okay, so now I'm going to start moving my wall. So I'm going to build out on this right here. So if I click and hit see the segment mode, I'm going to just click right here and start building out. Now, right now, this thing keeps on snapping. So you have to go to your views, and you're going to have to go back and forth when you're drawing. So now you see how now it doesn't snap. Now I'm going to draw it through there. I'm going to hit my Control B and click here, move over, create that one room. Okay, let me see what Control B is build out mode. Okay, so now I'm going to continue my haul, and while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and create this one little room. It just makes it a lot easier when you're doing this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is continue the hallway. Okay, so I am going to bring the hallway to here. Now I'm going to hit my Control. Actually, I don't want to hit Control B on this one. I'm going to have to hit Control W because I just want to move this out. I don't want to build anything else. I just want to move it out. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to hit here. I can actually hit Control B because I'm going to create a room. And there it is. I can move it in just a hair. Okay. While I'm here, I might as well just finish this this little area here. So Control B. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna right click. Actually, I don't even have to right click. I'm just gonna snap it. You see, it's not snapping. I want it to snap. So I gotta go back to this and snap and snap. Okay. Now I need to move this hall that way, so I need to go back to my Control W. Or not here. I'll just snap. Yeah, I knew it was going to snap here. Let me take the snap out of there. Snap. Okay, move that over right there. Oops, right there. Now I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to hit Control W. Click here. Move this over to there. Let me enlarge it a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. And let me see. Okay. And right there. Okay. So I want to go, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and create that guy. So Control B. Control B. Move this over. That gets my rooms out of the way. Okay, so now I can continue with my hallway. Oh, come on. Okay. So before I go all the way down here, I want it to snap right there. So I'm going to get this little temporary wall I got, room. That way it'll snap right into that thing. So I'll just move. and snap. Okay. Nope, didn't snap. Let's see what's going on here. Do I have my... Oh, that's why. Okay. So let's snap to that. Okay. Now this guy here, I want to snap to that wall because, oh, Control Z. There you go. Okay. That's why I use that snap guide all the time. Okay. Now the rest of it's pretty easy. So I'm going to start on this end. I hit Control B, and I want to get the snapping tool out of the way, resize. Let's Control B. Now I want it to snap there. See, it just makes it a lot easier when you're using this right here. I could play with it, and I can finally make it work, but this way it's just a lot easier. Okay, so Control B again to create a new room. Okay, that created the room. Go right in here. I don't like the way it's snapping, so you get that out of the way. Okay, right click. Well, no, excuse me, just hit the command. Control B. In here. Control B. I'm moving to the left. Control B. Control B. Oh, Control Z. I don't know what happened there. Okay, Control B. Okay, now here, put it over a little bit. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna hit Control B. That creates. When I hit Control B, that allows me to just drag one wall and create an additional room. That's all I'm doing with that Control B. Control B. Control B. Now I want it to snap to that one corner. Hopefully, without having to draw something, let me see if I go in here and tell that to snap. So Control B. Hopefully it'll snap to the left one. And it did. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Now all we got to do really, we're almost there. There's a lot of ways to doing this. The easiest way is getting the free form. I'm gonna hold my shift key so it constrains to an angle. So I'm gonna first click, bang. That created that one. Okay, now I got this other one. Same thing. I'm gonna start down here, hold my shift key so it constrain, and there you go. Actually, I take that back. Let me hit Control Z, Control Z. Here, what I really want to do here is I want to go to my vertex mode because this is actually one area. So let's go and hit my vertex, and I am going to move this over like that, and then I'm going to just snap that there. Okay, that's really what I needed to do. Okay, now I can go ahead and draw that other little room. So freeform, shift click, bang. That creates the last one. Okay, now, so basically, now it's hard to see what's going on. So I'm going to show you a little trick that you can do. Okay, so I want to be able to see behind my rooms. If you go right in here under view, under background, you can use transparent. And it makes it a little hard to see back there, but this is going to allow us to see if all the rooms are there. Like if I click there, there's a room, 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 there's a room. Oops, no room. There's no room there. Okay, so let me see what the easiest way would be to make a, unfortunately this is not quite like Exactimate, so let me see if I can trick this thing. Control C, Control V, and see if I can stick that guy right in here. Ha! It let me do it. Okay, so I'm gonna click right, and the snap is on, so view, snap, get the snap out of the way. I can move the size I want. Okay, I guess I can move this up just a hair. Okay, so Control B, create that last room right here. Okay, now let me see if I got all the rooms. So there's a room there, there's a room there, there, and it looks like we have all the rooms. Okay, so now I can go ahead and go view, excuse me, view, background, transparent. Makes it a lot easier. I am going to move this guy out of the way. It's trying to snap. I should take the snap out of there. Okay, there we go. So if you notice, this right here is actually an office. You see this main office? What I can do, and what this is basically what they got. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Yeah, well, I was there. Let me see here. So if I want to create a room right here, the easiest way is go right here, get right in the center of those 2x4s, hold my shift key, and go right there, and that created that room. Okay, so now I want to create this all one room. So what I'll do, I am going to create the freeform, click, hold shift click, and that creates, no, I didn't do it. Hit Control Z. Okay, so not letting me create that one room there. Oh, there it is right there. Never mind, because all this is open. Okay, so I'm going to right click here. I am going to put a missing wall here, put a missing wall here. This is a missing wall here. Okay, now it should look like that. Okay, so you can walk through here, you can walk right through here, walk inside there, same thing, you can walk right in there. Now the last thing, well, second to the last thing, we would have to put our windows and name them. I'll show you a few of that. I'm not going to go through that because once you've done one, it's real easy to do the rest of them. So if I click here, right click, I can place a window right there. Now you see how I put it on the side? If I want to put it dead center, the thing you want to do is click here, and you go in here and add window, and that will put it right dead center into every wall that you select. To show you again, I'm gonna click like up here on the close to the top. I'm gonna click, right click, and I'm gonna add a window. Here, let me see. Right click, add window. You see how it throws it off center? So, but if you click here and you add a window, it puts it dead center. Okay, that's that. Now, just created a different room in here. So, see, I kind of wanted all this to be one hall. So I'm going to show you a little trick. I can click here. Click here. Oh, I'm going to click there. Hold my shift key. It's supposed to select both of them. Okay, I selected both of them. Now I'm going to right click and I am going to join subrooms. Now that makes it part of this room here. You see when I select it, it selects that one. So now what I want to do, so if I wanted to make this a missing wall, so watch this. If I select here, you see how it selects everything? Now watch this. I'm going to select here and then select that one room. You see how it only select that? Now let me show you another thing. If I click here and I select this wall, it selected that whole wall. So you got to be careful what you're selecting to remove missing walls. So you select here, click here, right click, missing wall. See how I didn't remove that? Okay. So now we're going to go in here and start drawing some doors. So same thing like I showed you before. If I click here, if I put my mouse right there and I add a door, a lot of times it's going to throw it off center, but this time it didn't. But in the meantime, let me show you something. Okay, so if I right click, I need to change, reverse the hinges, and also I got to go in there and place it on the other side. You see how the door is going that way? So I'm gonna, let me show you again. So here, I'm gonna place a door, and look at this one right here. You see, the hinges and it's in the opposite direction. So I'm gonna right click, first I reverse the hinges, then I place on the other side. Now you see how the door's going in just like that other one? So what you can do, now that you have your hinges the way you want it, you can hit Control C, click here and hit Control V. I'll tell you what, let's right click and let's add door. You see how it kept the settings? So I'm going to hit right click, add door. I can't use my command key because it'll put it on a different angle or different hinges. Okay, so that's how you do your windows and your doors. But we're not going to. Oh, let me show you some stuff on naming rooms. Okay, so let me show you a couple of little tricks that I got here. So right here it says restroom 1, right? So let's type rest. Now that's easy to see, but every once in a while, so let's say that this was a room. I'm going to put a long name. the master bedroom on the back side. Now that, that kind of throws everything weird. If you see this little circle right there and how my mouse turns into a crosshair, I can click that and just move it out of the way, and it puts a line indicating where that room is. Or let's say like here's an exam. This one is actually exam. Looks like 3. Okay. If I didn't like the position of that, I could actually just move it down. So that's something that I wanted to show you. Well, guys, that's it. You see how easy it is? When you're out there in the field, this is real easy. It's easier for me to draw a building like this when I'm there than doing it this way. Anyway, so thank you for watching my video, and here's my email if you ever need help on drawing something. Talk to you guys later. Bye.